Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by W.GG and by Eldridge Air Conditioning. Thank you for joining me this evening. We are just about to start our brand new season, our Sunday Championship. This is the one that everybody wants to race in. We've actually got 5 leagues set up now for this. It's so popular. Excuse me. And as it's the first race of the season and it's an endurance race, I thought I'd do this one as a live stream. So if you do want to pop in and say hi, then you're more than welcome. We are going to go down the grid and have a look in a minute. I just want to just explain just a few of the rules for this season. On an endurance race, it's just going to be a 50-minute race converted to laps. I'm not sure what this one is, actually. We will have a look in a minute. All 3 compound tyres have to be used, as far as I'm aware. Nothing's changed there. So all 3 compounds have to be used for a minimum of 3 laps. So that's your out lap and 2 proper laps. And that's about it, really. The rest of the rules are get round as fast as you can. Fuel will be an issue, obviously. Now, we've done the same as last year. We've got some teams, so you're going to see 2 team members in each league. So there are 5 teams. No, there's more than that. 10 teams. Oh, I'm not even going to bother trying to work it all out. But anyway, you'll see a couple of the guys in the same livery because they are teammates, and they've got teammates in League 1, in League of Champions, League 1, League 3, League 4, and League 5. So let's just crack on with this one, shall we? We are in Florida for the first race of the season. We're at the Daytona International Speedway, and we're on the road circuit. Obviously, this is home of the most prestigious NASCAR race, the Daytona 500, but we're not on the oval circuit. We are actually on the road course, so there are a couple of turns involved. Well, more than a couple, obviously. 3.5 miles of tarmac, 12 turns ahead of us. Scott saying hi in the chat. Hi, Scott. Glad you could join me. See, in for some great racing. Hopefully, we're in for some great racing. I'm sure we are. So yeah, we're in Florida at Daytona. 3.5 miles, 12 turns, as I've said, with a bus stop chicane, also known as the Le Mans chicane as well. I found out today. Don't know why. If anybody else does, let me know. So we're going to have a walk down the grid, have a look at some of the liveries that are out there. The guys have been working hard. Just making sure there's nobody further up the road, and I have got it in the right order. The guys have been working hard in the off-season. They've been practicing. Liveries have been put together. And just looking down there, I can see they're looking fantastic already. So we're going to have a walk down the grid. We won't do this every week. It is just for this week, so we can have a bit of a look and see what everybody looks like. So on pole position, this is after about 10 minutes of qualifying. So on pole position, we have Scott, and let's just have a look at this masterpiece. And it is a masterpiece as well, isn't it? Buzzing Hornets. The guys chose their own liveries, or the teams rather chose their own liveries. And as I say, there's some work gone into these, isn't there? So that's Scott on pole position, and then got a bit of a jog going here, a bit further back than I thought. We've got Wayne G. Wayne G in second on the grid, should I say. Again, another great work of art. Look at that on the bonnet. Fantastic work gone into these liveries. And, well, Idle Gaming. So maybe Idle actually put this together. He may well have done. But Wayne G in second. Third. Oh, hang on a minute. No, that's wrong. That's, is it? No, that should be Scott. Then second is Wayne G, although he's got Idle Gaming written all over it. Third on the grid is Idle. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so it is. It's just maybe Idle did the livery for Wayne G. I don't know. You've confused me now, guys. Anyway, Idle Gaming is third on the grid in the Yorkshire T livery. Then let's go down to fourth, and that's Frowny in the AlphaTauri. Again, some work gone into that. Looking cool with Frowny written on the front, so we're not going to mistake him, are we? So that's Frowny for Team AlphaTauri. Got a bit of a bias thing going on there because he is part of my team. I'm in the AlphaTauri as well, so although we shouldn't be biased, but, well, I am. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Fifth on the grid is Enzo Jack in what we got on here, Pilot. Again, very nice bright colours. We're not going to miss that one, are we, on the track? Some great work gone in there for Enzo Jack in fifth. Sixth on the grid, getting puffed out now, is Bazza. Again, some fantastic work gone into some of these cars. So that's Bazza in sixth. Seventh is Kebabman, also part of the AlphaTauri team. Hope I'm saying that. AlphaTauri? I don't know. AlphaTauri. Anyway, that's Kebabman's in seventh. Eighth is Aussie Rooster in another 7-Up. McLaren there, a bit of everything in there. 7-Up, Jordan, Fujifilm, the lots in there. He's just thrown everybody's sponsorship in there. Ninth is Pete in another Pilot. Idle saying evening, mate. I hope you're well. I hope you're resting that leg. After he's Idle had a bit of a motorbike accident and scratched his leg. So I hope he's resting it up. And I've lost my place now. I don't know where I am now. Have we got a name on this just to help me out? I can't remember now. I'm lost. Let's have a look. He might be able to tell us as we go a bit further back. So we've got 3 left. So then we've got Jabber. So we've got Jabber in 10th in another Yorkshire T livery. So that's Jabber. I think he's the brother of Kebabman's as well. So we've got 2 brothers racing on the same track. Firepower in 11th in the Rocket. Idle saying, yeah, recovering, long way to go. Yeah, it will be in all 14 months, is it, or something like that? There's only a little scratch though. After all, I think you're milking it a bit, to be honest, mate. No, seriously though, he did mess his leg up. Spent a bit of time in hospital, but anyway, that's Firepower. And then down in the back we have Vodka Rob. Not staying at the back for long, I'm sure. So we've got the Buzzing Hornets at the front and back. So let's see if I can get out of this. It's been glitching a little bit, actually. I did try and go doing this grid walk a little bit earlier before I actually came on air, and it was glitching quite a bit. So if we get all of that again, I do apologise. So that's the teams. That's what they all look like. And there's Scott. Yeah, I just saying, yeah, a little scratch. So let's get this camera angle changed properly. It just wants to stay on Wayne G for some reason, doesn't it? I don't know what's going on here. But we'll get this race underway, shall we? The other pilot was Pete. Oh, it was Pete, was it? Sorry, Pete, I missed you out. Yeah, sorry. I got a little bit confused when Idle was chatting to me. It's all part of the fun. It is all part of the fun. So we're off, rolling start for the first race of this season. As Scott takes us down towards turn 1. Got to be careful at turn 1. There is an invisible wall. For those that play the game on a regular basis, you will know all about the invisible wall at turn 1. It just suddenly leaps out at you. Oh, some people are off on their holidays, look, in the aeroplane. Or had their holidays and they're going back. Poor buggers. So everybody just trying to get some heat into the tyres. We'll go down the tyres in just a minute. We'll just make sure everybody is still going the right direction for now. Brownie in 6th, then Kebabman's, Aussie Rooster. We've got a long way to go in this race, so plenty of time to have a look. Oh, and Idler saying he's on the pad. Well, didn't slow him down much then if you got yourself right up there in 3rd. Obviously can't race on the wheel and pedals with an injured leg, but there we go. Vodka Rob in 12th then. So everybody just jostling for places, trying to get some heat into those tyres as Wayne G now takes over the lead. So he's already made a move on Scott. So let's have a look at the tyre, shall we? Scott's on the hard. Wayne G is on softs. Idle on softs. Brownie hard. Enzo Jack is on the mediums. Bazza on the mediums. Kebabman's on the hards. Aussie Rooster hards. Pete softs. Jabba, Firepower and Vodka Rob all choosing to start on the hards as well. As we're coming around. Oh, who's that picked a penalty up? It's Enzo Jack already has picked a penalty up. Now that may have been at the bus stop, and it does look like we've got somebody parked up. Oh, Pete, what's happened to Pete? Let's just go back and see what's happened. This was going into the bus stop chicane. We've not even had a look at this yet, have we? So Pete in 9th, up to the bus stop chicane then. Well, he just didn't seem to be able to get it slowed down, did he? He went across the grass. Oh, and Ozzy's gone as well. Aussie Rooster went as well. Pete, dirty tyres, I think, and the back end's just come round on him. And poor old Aussie Rooster, well, he didn't get clipped, did he? They just both did exactly the same thing, so not the start they wanted. Wayne G, though, showing everybody a clean pair of heels, as Wayne G does. The battle, though, for P2 is on as Idle Gaming tries to get his nose in front of Scott going into turn 1. Again, you've got to be careful of that invisible wall, but those two got round there nicely. Scott just keeping his nose in front, although Idle is on the inside. These two battling away hard already. It's very early days and they're going at it. Not going to do the tyres much good. Same with Bazza and Enzo Jack in 4th and 5th. Bazza just getting the better of Enzo, or did he? No, Bazza's gone a little bit wide. Now, does that give Enzo Jack the opportunity to go forward? No, they're still door bashing wheel to wheel all the way as we head up to, I've not even got my map ready, there we go, as we head up to turn 5 at West Horseshoe. Enzo Jack just getting in front of Bazza, then Bazza having to slot in behind him in 5th. You've got to look after your tyres and your fuel, obviously, on a track like this. Remember, it's 50 minutes, well, 28 laps, as you can see by the top left. So you've got to be a bit conscious of your fuel and trying to look after your tyres. Let's have a look. Bazza on the mediums. So racing hard with Enzo Jack, also on the mediums as well. And I do want to say thank you to Enzo Jack as well for sharing the replay for us. If you didn't do that, obviously we won't be able to bring it to you. So thank you very much to Enzo Jack for that. As we just following Bazza through the chicane. We call it the bus stop chicane. I said right at the top it was also known as the Le Mans chicane. As I say, I don't really know why, but it is. I found that out today. There you see, every day's a school day. Who's that? That's got Old Vodka Rob has joined us in the chat. Good evening, sir. How the devil are you? Well, I am absolutely fantastic, mate, and I hope you are well also. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's just see what's happening a little bit further down. Jabba in 7th. Guys at the back starting to spread out just a little bit, although Aussie Rooster and Firepower having a bit of a battle now as they come into turn 1 for the 3rd time. Aussie Rooster just in front. Let's have a look. Aussie Rooster on the hard tyres and Firepower also going for the hard tyres. So in the first stint then, they're choosing to go with the hards. Let's, I tell you what, let's find a bit of a battle. Who's Bazza's picked up a penalty? Well, the penalties are being dished out very early, aren't they? Let's jump on board with Bazza. Yeah, the penalties are being dished out very early in this race. We're only on lap 3 and I've already seen about 2 or 3 people picking up penalties. This is a tricky turn, this one at turn 6, which takes you back onto the main track itself. It's all about slipstreaming on this part of the track. Through turns 8 down towards the chicane, you need to sit in there, just sit in there, sit behind him. But there's no need to overtake. Save a bit of fuel, help your tyres out. As Bazza, now then, did they cross the line there, the pair of them? Bazza already carrying half a second. But looks like he got away with that. He's going to be forced to do, he's got a bit of a wobbly wheel going as well. So Bazza just about to serve his penalty now. Just about, it's about the where the pit entry is. And it's quite a long old pit exit, this one. So they'll all start to squeeze up a little bit when the pit stops start coming in. So as we just drop down just a little bit, Frowny in 6 just following Bazza through. Then we've got quite a gap then going back to Jabba in 7th. He's got Aussie Rooster chasing him down. Jabba starting on the hards as well, so the guys on the hard tyres are struggling at the minute to keep up with the other guys on the softer compounds, but obviously that gap should be able to close up as the pit stops come into play and the guys out there in front on the softer compounds have to start putting these hard tyres on. take a few laps to get warmed up, do the hard tyres. Firepower down now in 9. He's made up a couple of places actually. Firepower started on 11, so already made a couple of places up. Vodka Rob, he's made a couple of places as well. He started down in 12th, he's up to 10th already. Vodka Rob also on the hard tyres. Pete had that bit of a moment, did he, at the chicane. He's on the soft tyres as well, and really didn't need to be down there enough. And you can see the wear on well, they're pretty even, to be, well, should we say 2 or 3 good laps in them. And as you can see, Pete already trying to challenge Vodka Rob, and yeah, he needs to stay there. Very quick guy is Wayne G. Very good at looking after his tyres as well. Although it looks like he's giving them some grief. So those tyres are going to suffer more. I've been told that the guys who use a pad do... oh, it says it keeps freezing. I keep freezing, do I? Oh, that's not good, is it? And so if obviously if we do lose connection, then let me know. I hope we don't. I hope it does get sorted out. Anyway, back to the racing. Idle doing his best to stay in contact with Wayne G. Enzo Jack now in 3rd. So Enzo moved up a couple of places from 5th. Enzo Jack on the medium tyres as well, so he will have a bit of an edge over the 2 guys in front of him. As they start to lose grip, they're going to have to come in before Enzo. Starting to spread out now, aren't we? Jabba on the hard tyres in 7th. I think I'm right in saying that he, oh no, Brownie is the high, no he's not, I'm getting it wrong now. Scott is the highest Scott is the highest placed runner at the minute on the hard tyres in 4th. So Scott having a great race so far. Really looking after the fuel as well compared to the guys up ahead. So as we go down the order then, Bazza in 5th, Brownie 6th, Jabba 7th, Pete in 8th. And yeah, everybody getting very spread out at the minute. Aussie Rooster in 9th, with Firepower still sitting there in 10th, with Vodka Rob just behind him. Guys, let me know if we keep freezing. I'm not sure what's going on there. Like I say, did do a test before we came on, and the internet connection was really good. So yeah, don't know what's going on. As Vodka Rob tries to get to the slipstream of Firepower to maybe mount a challenge on him. Both Vodka Rob and Firepower on the hard tyres. Nobody made a pit stop yet. I'm just right on cue, Idle 4 Gaming comes into the pit. So he's decided he's had enough. Alright, okay, Vodka Rob saying this is glitching, but it seems okay now. Good, hopefully it sorted itself out and we don't get any more issues. So Idle into the pits, and he's the first one to pull the trigger on that. So as you can see, it is a long pit stop. Fresh set of boots for Idle then. We will keep an eye on that to see what he comes out, what tyres he comes out on. Wayne G staying out though. Seems to be able to cope with the wear on the soft tyres, and he's got quite a bit of breathing space actually, so he can start to ease off a little bit. Enzo Jack on the mediums, he's moved up into P2 now. Scott into P3 on the hard tyres, so it's going to be more fuel for him as an issue rather than tyres. Bazza in 4th. Now let's just have a look and see where Idle's come out. Well, he's actually come out right at the back on a set of mediums. So Idle, full tank of fuel, fresh set of medium tyres, but has gone to the back of the grid. Now obviously everybody in front of him is going to have to pit as well. Our race leader Wayne G, as he's coming around now, turn 11 and 12. Let's just keep an eye on Wayne G to see whether he comes in. He's got a quarter of a tank of fuel, so he doesn't need to pit for fuel. It'll be more for tyres, but he feels he can go a little bit further as he goes past the pit entry. Enzo Jack on the medium tyres. Again, he's fine for tyres, not an issue for him. He's on the chase after Wayne G. Scott in third. He's decided he's staying out as well, and why not? He is on the hard tyres, plenty of life left in those, and just over a quarter of a tank of fuel, so really looking after his fuel is Scott. He's playing quite a tactical race then, Scott, and so far seems to be paying off. Bazza in fourth. He's staying out as well, as is Frowny. Frowny on the hard tyres and just over a quarter of a tank as well, so a lot of practicing been going on, a lot of tactics being played out now. Then we've got Jabba in 6. Now he's not doing too well on the fuel, he's been drinking it a bit heavily, but he's okay for tyres. So that's Jabba in 6. Then we've got Pete in 7. Now then, Pete on the soft tyres really are going to start hurting him now. Just under a quarter of a tank of fuel to go for Pete, but he is going to start losing grip on those soft tyres, so he is going to have to come in, and he's definitely going to have to come in before Jabba does. I think that might give Jabba a bit of breathing space unless Pete can get the undercut on him. Aussie Rooster okay for tyres, but fuel, he can have to pit in the next couple of laps, I think, is Aussie. Vodka Rob, he's probably got another 2 or 3 laps to go of fuel as well. Same as Kebab. Oh no, Kebab has really been heavy footed, hasn't he? So he's going to be pitting quite early. As he looks, let's jump on board with Kebabs as we head down towards the chicane. Now then, he's going to have a look as they go into the chicane. He did have a bit of a look, didn't he? Had to back out at the last minute. You do not want to be going side by side into the chicane. Now then, Kebab Mans just needs to sit there behind Vodka Rob. He needs to save a bit of fuel, does Kebab Mans. Well, let's just see if these two carry on. And yeah, they are, and Kebab Mans is going for it. He's not bothered about the fuel. He's saying, no, stuff it, I'm not paying for it. But he's got to go the long way round into turn 1. Great move, actually. Got that done nice and cleanly. Idle Gaming has caught him up as well. So Idle Gaming, after his pit stop, he came out in 12th position. Yeah, Idle saying it seems okay now. Thank you very much for that, Darren. So Idle then made his pit stop early, with the first ones to come in, and came out in 12th, but now he's up to 9th, and Idle now on the medium tyres and putting Kebabs under a lot of pressure. Vodka Rob as well, he's trying to just follow the Idle Gaming through as well, hoping he can probably make a move on Kebab Mans after Kebab Mans got by him. And I don't think it's going to be long, is it, before Idle Gaming is making the move on Kebab Mans. Kebab Mans really can't afford to battle with Idle. This is not his fight at the minute. He needs to think about his fuel, and surely he's going to come in at the end of this lap. Wayne G, our race leader, is in. So is Enzo Jack. So P1 and P2 into the pit. Where is Scott? Scott carries on. He's on the hard tyres. He's got another lap left in him. Fuel light just on now, so Scott hoping to get a fantastic in lap. He takes over the lead. Frowny moves up into P2. He also needs a really decent in lap. So Wayne into the pits. Fresh set of tyres on for him. Enzo Jack, Bazza, Jabba is in. Aussie Rooster is in. It's all fuel for these guys on the hard tyres. And I've completely, I'm losing track of who's in. So Aussie is in, Kebab Mans is in, Wayne G has come in as well, Jabba, everybody, looks like everybody's come in, doesn't it? Bazza is in as well. I'm just trying to keep notes, guys, of who's in and who's not. And I've probably missed somebody anyway. So Scotland, our current race leader. is definitely going to have to come in at the end of this lap. So is Frowney. He's going to have to come in. Wayne G is back out. He's back out in third position, and he's on some medium tyres. So Wayne G decided to go soft, mediums, and then hard. So Wayne G out in third. Now then, let's just have a look and see how far away he is from Frowney. And I think it's going to be very close when Scott and Frowney come into the pits as to whether Wayne G can regain that lead. I'm just going to go, if I'm having a look at that map in the top right, and I think actually Wayne G might just about be close enough to retake the lead as he comes into the chicane. And there we see Scott into the pits. Frowney's going to follow him in as well. I'm almost sure, yeah, there he goes, as another jet takes off, taking some holiday makers home. So let's just see where Wayne G is then. He is just coming around the final turn 12 and just about to pass the pit entry, and you can see Scott and Frowney still in there. They've not even started to take on fuel, but they're not even at the pit crews yet. No, they're not. Well, Scott is. Wayne G then goes through into turn 1. No, it says he's in P1. He's not actually in P1 until he's past the pit exit, but that's just coming up now on the left hand side. There it is. So Wayne G retakes the lead of this race. Idle moves up into second, Enzo Jack into third. Excuse me. So let's have a look. Wayne G has come out on a set of medium tyres. Idle has come out on a set of medium tyres, although they are a few laps older than Wayne G's. Enzo Jack, he is out. He's opted to go for the hard tyres. So Enzo Jack in third. Scott is in fourth. He's now on a set of mediums. Frowney also on the mediums. Bazza on the hards. Jabba in seventh. He's now on some soft tyres. So let's see if he can catch up to Bazza in front of him. There's a bit of a gap there, and he's got Pete chasing him down. Pete on the mediums, but Pete carrying a half a second penalty. So that's going to give Jabba a bit more breathing space when Pete has to serve that as they come around turn 6 then and back onto the main circuit. Aussie Rooster down in 9th. Well, now then, he's on some soft tyres as well, but there's a lot of ground to make up, isn't there? The Badman's, he's gone for the mediums, so he's doing it the other way around as well. Excuse me. Badman started on the hard tyres, so he's going hard, mediums, and then softs. Vodka Rob, he's also out on the medium tyres on a full tank of fuel with Firepower now down in 12th. He's out on the soft tyres though, so he can make chase after Vodka Rob. So let's see if Firepower can start putting in those decent lap times, catch up to the back of Vodka Rob and the rest of the pack. You can see if you look at the map in the top right, people very spread out. Excuse me. I think I need a quick slurp of the old juice, I think. So we're on lap 12 then. Not even halfway yet. So Wayne G out in front, looking comfortable. Under no real pressure at the minute. Enzo Jack with the fastest lap on 48.1. I'm just having a look at Wayne G's fastest lap. It was lap 6 at 48.2. Although pace has dropped off slightly, but then again he is on the medium tyres as opposed to the soft, so the pace is obviously going to drop off just a bit. So Wayne G out in front then, looking very comfortable. Idle in P2 on the pad. So I think we were talking about it earlier before it was mentioned that the internet was glitching a little bit, that I've been told that people that use the pads do tend to wear their tyres out a little bit quicker. So that's going to be interesting. Well, just looking at the difference there, I know that Idle has done, I think, another couple of laps, maybe 3 laps more than Wayne G, but it'd be interesting to see how he gets on with those tyres. Wayne G slightly more fuel. I didn't see whether Idle actually took on a full tank of fuel maybe he didn't, just so that he could get a little bit closer to Wayne G. Enzo in third, he's having a good old battle now with Scott. Oh, as Enzo goes very deep into turn one, and Scott sees the opportunity, goes up the inside and moves up into P3. Great move from Scott. Saw the mistake from Enzo Jack, and he was in there. He didn't need asking twice, did he? Scott on the medium tyres against Enzo Jack on the hard tyres, so never really going to be a competition, was it? So Scott can now get after the two guys up ahead of him. Enzo Jack is just going to do his best to try and keep up, and well, those tyres will go a lot further into the race than Scott's mediums, but as we've already seen, it's the fuel that's the problem for these guys, not the tyres. So Enzo Jack now down into fourth. Frowney in fifth, having a good race so far is Frowney. I'm sure he'll be pleased with this. Out on the medium tyres. As we've already mentioned, it's the fuel that seems to be the problem for these guys, not the tyres. Bazza, he's out on the hards. Having a very lonely race, isn't he, Bazza? Let's have a look at Jabba and see where Pete is. I'm just looking to the right and we still can't see him. So Pete, again, he's having another lonely race as well. Although Pete, well, he's not that far behind, is he? Not close enough to really bother Jabba at the minute, but is he catching? Yeah, he's definitely catching, and Jabba's on the soft tyres as well, so good effort from Pete, really. I think he's gaining on Jabba. We've got Aussie Rooster in ninth, another guy out in no man's land, really. Kebabman's in 10th with Vodka Rob in 11th. Let's jump on board with Vodka Rob and let's do a lap, shall we, with Vodka Rob. So we're kind of just approaching the start-finish line now, past the pit entry, and across the line then to start lap 14 and into turn one. Then this is the one with the invisible corner there. You see them tyres on the left. Well, there's a bit more that sticks out that you do run into occasionally. So up through turn 3 then, this is International Horseshoe, and then it is foot planted firmly on the noisy pedal up through turn 4, which is Porsche Platz. Up towards West Horseshoe now, into turn 5, another tight right-hander, almost a hairpin bend there. Still got Kebabman's in sight then. Down towards turn 6, hard on the brakes at round about where the cones are. Follow the track round, back onto the main circuit, and then into turn 7, and you can just see how steep that banking is. As I say, this is usually used by the NASCAR guys, this main circuit, through turn 8, and then it's down towards the chicane. They don't actually count all of the corners at the chicane, so they only counted as 9 and 10. Hard on the brakes, left, right, and then left again, back onto the main track. So that's the bus stop chicane, or the Le Mans chicane as we now know it as. Into turn 11, and it's just this long sweeping left-hander which merges into turn 12 onto the front stretch. We can see the pit entry there on the left, and Kebabman's has gone in again. Vodka Rob carries on through and across the line, so that was a lap, decent lap as well actually, a 150 for Vodka Rob, so that was a lap with Vodka Rob. Thank you very much for letting us join you for that one, Rob. So Kebabman's into the pits again. This is his second stop, I believe. Up at the front then, Wayne G. Wow, look at that. If you look at the map on the at the top right, you can just see the gap that Wayne G has opened up now. Idle has obviously come into the pits again and changed onto the hard tyres now. for idle. We are just over halfway, so we've got about another 13, 14 laps, including this one to go. So idle now down in 8th. Started in 3rd on the grid. Went out to 12th after his first pit stop. Has just done another one and is now out in 8th. Let's just go and have a run down the grid proper, shall we? Wayne G then, still out in front, led pretty much most of the way actually. He just lost the lead for, well, 1 lap really when he came into the pits, but great shot there, and you can see the gap he's got back to Scott. Scott in 2nd. Then we've got Enzo Jack in 3rd. He's not that far behind Scott actually, so maybe he can start to put a bit of pressure on Scott on the medium tyres though. Enzo Jack on the hards. Then we've got Frowny, he's in 4th. The lights starting to disappear. You can see some of the lights coming on at the fairground on the is it what they call it, the Ferris wheel or what it is. So the lights starting to dip here in Florida, so headlights are going to be on. Maybe we're in for a bit of nighttime racing. Bazza down in 5th. Plane's still taking off in the background. Jabber in 6th, not that far behind Bazza actually. Jabber on the soft tyres, although they are looking very worn now. Bazza on, well, practically new hard tyres, aren't they? So Jabber, although he's catching, he is going to have to pit soon, or you can see that rear end of that McLaren get a right good squiggle on then. So those tyres are going to start to hurt him now. Pete closing in quick on the medium tyres, so let's just stay with these two because I don't think it's going to be long before Pete makes a move. He's definitely into the slipstream of Jabber, heading down towards the chicane now. Then is Pete going to make a move before they get there? Jabber goes defensive and he's not. I don't think Pete's going to do it. He's going to just slot in behind Jabber. Yeah, no need to commit there. There is plenty of track ahead to make the move, and there we go on the exit. Pete gets a much better exit than Jabber does. Those tyres of Jabber's have just practically given up, and Pete gets through and moves up into P6. Jabber down into P7. Idle Gaming chasing the 2 guys ahead of him in 8th. You can see them as well, it looked like Jabber was making another move, but surely he's coming into the pit. No, he's not. Jabber got into the slipstream of Pete and has retaken P6, so all the work that Pete put in there, he's got to do it again now. I really thought Jabber might have come into the pits though, because those tyres are going to be screaming at him. We've got plenty of race left, so there's no real need for Pete to make a move just yet. Jabber is going to have to pit before he does, although Pete probably doesn't know that. And the lights really starting to go out now, aren't they? Idle in 4th. Oh, taking a very wide line there is Idle at turn 5. Whether that was couldn't get the car slowed down enough, or that's his line. Well, keep an eye on that, see if he does it again next time around. But still going. Aussie Rooster in 9th. Then we've got Vodka Rob in 10th, the yellow, choosing the yellow headlights. I think they look great, but they don't give you a lot of vision, especially when it gets really dark. Firepower in 11th. You can just about see Vodka Rob up ahead, so it gives him something to go at. Let's have a look. Firepower's fastest lap, a 1:51.4. He did that on lap 14. Pretty consistent really, lap times 51, 51, 51, 52 is in there, but pretty consistent lap times. And then Kebab Man's, where is he? There he is. Couldn't see him there for a minute. Down in 12th, but that is after another pit stop. Now then, I don't think Kebab Man's actually fueled up, did he? Because he's got less than a quarter of a tank to go. And the tyres are looking okay, so Kebab, no, I'm not quite sure what happened there, whether he forgot to fuel up or it was an intentional thing, I don't know, but Kebab is definitely going to have to pit again for fuel, and well, I was going to say before Firepower, but Firepower may come in, and he has done for tyres. Oh no, he hasn't. I thought he'd come in then, but no, Firepower might have to come in for tyres. That's going to be an interesting little battle between the two of those. Back up to the top then, and Wayne G still out in front. Now then, Scott is definitely gaining on Wayne G. This is going to get interesting. Let's have a look. Wayne G on the medium tyres. Tyres okay, but the fuel is not looking fantastic, so maybe Wayne G having to do a little bit of fuel saving. That's enabled Scott to get within touching distance of Wayne G. Now they are both going to be coming into the pits pretty much at the same time, I think. Wayne G has got the fuel light flashing at him. He will do another lap. Scott has decided he's going to do another lap as well. Both on the medium tyres, so this is going to be interesting if they both come out on the hard tyres as well. Scott trying to get, well, literally within touching distance of Wayne G, and these two could have a fantastic battle on their hands. I'm pretty sure they're both going to be coming in to the pits at the end of this lap. Wayne G almost certainly. Scott will probably follow him in unless he can make a move on Wayne G. I think Wayne G might be fuel saving, I don't know, but this is not like Wayne G. Scott is just really reeling him in. Now Scott may choose to just sit behind Wayne G now, put him under a bit of pressure, do a bit of slipstreaming. The fuel light has started to come on and flash away there for Scott, so both of these guys on fumes. Now no bump drafting allowed, so if Scott gets too close he is going to have to pull out and make the move. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about when I say bump drafting, it is when you just give the car in front just a little nudge to give him an extra burst of speed and you stay within his slipstream. But no, Scott has made the move. He's gone by Wayne G just before they got to the bus stop chicane. So Scott now our new leader of this race. Wayne G just slotting in behind him, and may be grateful of it actually, so he can slipstream him and save a bit of fuel, because he is almost having to sit on that fuel tank. But in they come. Well, Wayne G at least. Let's have a look. Has Scott come in as well? Yeah, so both of them in. Scott gets into the pits first. Slightly more fuel than Wayne G. Vodka Rob saying go on Scott. Frowny in as well, so Frowny's decided to come in. Yeah, he's running on fumes. Idle then come out of the chicane. He's on to turn 11, and he's going to be looking at taking over the lead of this race. He's on the hard tyres, quarter of a tank of fuel, so he's got another 2 or 3 laps left in there. So let's have a look. You can just see the fuel starting to go into Scott and Wayne G's car. Idle, oh, Idle's come into the pits as well. I thought he was going to stay out. I really thought he was going to stay out, but no, he's decided to come in. It's Enzo Jack that has stayed out, so Enzo Jack is going to take over the lead of this race. Scott fully fueled up and on his way out. Let's have a look and let's see where everybody ends up. Scott is back out actually in P1. Wayne G in second. Enzo Jack is third. Frowny is fourth. Vodka Rob is fifth. Idle still in the pits. What's he getting now? Oh, he's getting fuel. I thought the guys had all gone on strike or something. Having a cup of tea. Kebab Man's, he's in. He seems to be spending an awful lot of time in the pits, does Kebab Man's. This is his, what, third stop, I think, for Kebab Man's. Firepower down in 12th. Having a bit of a lonely race is Firepower. But he's made another pit stop. Fresh set of medium tyres and a full tank of fuel for Firepower, so that's why he's all the way down where he is, as he moves now up into P11. Kebab Man's still in the pits. So Firepower on the chase after Aussie Rooster. Aussie Rooster, he's got a fresh set of boots on as well, and a full tank of fuel, sitting in 10th at the minute. Just ahead of him is Pete in 9th. And he's chasing Jabba in 8th. So he's not that far up the road actually. Let's just have a look. Pete on the hard tyres, Jabba on the medium. So Jabba's got the softer compound. We have got 8 laps to go, including, yeah, 8 laps to go, including this one. And it does look like Pete's gaining, actually. So I'm sure Jabba will have noticed that in his rear view mirror. Ozzy saying, Andrew saying hi. Hi mates, how are you? Hope you're well. So let's just go back up to the top and see what's happening out at the front then. Scott, he's got himself a bit of a lead over Wayne G. So this is great stuff from Scott. Wayne G though on the hard tyres, so that's what that's all about. Scott, maybe this is part of his tactics actually. He got himself in front of Wayne G thinking I'll put some softs on, try and get some distance between us before going on to the hard tyres. Well, he has actually used the hard tyres. What am I on about? He came out in them, didn't he? So Wayne G in second, Enzo Jack in third. So not a big gap between the top 3 at the minute. Frowny in fourth. He's still there, isn't he? You can still see the guys up ahead. In fact, let's just jump on board and see what Frowny can see. We're staring at the back of Enzo Jack's car. Frowny on some soft tyres as well. We can see just ahead of Enzo Jack, Wayne G, as we come up towards the chicane. We've just seen Wayne going through. Enzo Jack goes through. Frowny now into the chicane. And good exit from Frowny, so he's definitely catching the 2 guys ahead of him. He just needs that little bit more of a push just to get into the slipstream, which will certainly help his tyres. Bazza in 5th, so I think actually, no, apart from Wayne G, yeah, the top 5, well, top 4 on soft tyres. There's only Wayne G out on the hard. So Enzo Jack, is he catching up to the back of Wayne G? Yes, he is. Which he should be really on the soft tyres, but he does need to make them count. He's only probably got maybe 3-4 good laps in those soft tyres before they start to give up on him. Wayne G on the other hand, on the hard tyres, he's got a lot more. And we all know how quick Wayne G is anyway, so it doesn't matter what tyre he's on. So Enzo Jack, he's going to be looking at trying to get by Wayne G as quickly as he possibly can while he's still got some life left in his tyres. Oh no, oh no. Just as I say that, Enzo decides to go off on a bit of an expedition and have a look around the car park. He's back on track, but he's lost a lot of ground, all that hard work. Oh, and he's picked up 1.5 seconds penalty as well, as Frowny has a look to go around the outside. That is not what Enzo wanted. He was doing so well. He was onto the back of Wayne G, looking to make a challenge. And then all of a sudden finds himself down in 4th with a 1.5 second penalty. This game could be so cruel. Oh, the big slide out of the chicane, and Enzo is onto the grass. Whoa, it's just all gone wrong for him. Let's just go back and see what happened there. It's just all of a sudden everything has just fell apart for Enzo Jack. 1 minute he is sniffing around the back end of Wayne G, the next he is down in 4th with 1.5 second penalty, and then on the exit of the bus stop chicane, the back end decided to put in a complaint, threw him onto the grass, and he's facing the wrong way. What a shame for Enzo Jack, he was doing so well. And now trying to get off the grass as well, the car slipping and sliding all over the place. Whoa, what a shame. Wayne G obviously benefited from that. Big sigh of relief from him, I'm sure, as he looked in his rear view mirror and saw Enzo Jack sliding away. Yeah, Vodka Rob saying all gone to pot for Enzo in the space of a lap. Absolutely, just a couple of turns, and it just shows you how quickly things can go wrong. So Scott doing a good job at the minute. He is pulling away from Wayne G, and he needs to as well before those tyres start to give up on him. 5 laps to go. Is he going to try and push these soft tyres all the way? Wayne G, well, the tyres I think will last him, it's just whether the fuel will. Wayne in second, although he's got Frowny chasing him down. Watch it, Frowny on the soft tyres, they are starting to show some wear. Again, is he going to make it to the end of the race on those soft tyres? Fastest lap currently is Scott with a 1:47.5. Let's just see when he did that. Well, that was way down in lap 16, so a long while ago actually. Let's just have a look down the field. Enzo Jack recovered. He just needs to a few deep breaths and get his head back into focus. Idle in 5th at the minute. Now on some soft tyres, so he can start getting some decent lap times in. Bazza, he's in 6th, chasing Idle Gaming, also on some soft tyres, but they are starting to show somewhere now. We've got Jabba in 7th on a fresh set of mediums, it looks like. Pete on the hard tyres, down in 8th. Aussie Rooster in 9th, still on his own. Needs somebody to race with, come on. Vodka Rob, catch him up. Vodka Rob in 10th. He's on a set of softs, so there's enough laps left for him to catch up to the back of Aussie Rooster. We've got Firepower in 11th. We just saw him coming into view in the distance there, and then behind him is Kebab Mans, who just seems to have spent a lot of time in the pits actually. And that's Kebab Man's down in 12th, so maybe just got the strategy wrong for tonight's race. So back up to our leader. I'm just looking at the map in the top right. If you look at the little red triangle, that is Scott. The closest to him is Wayne G in second, although Wayne G has got a mirror full of Frowny. Let's jump on board, shall we, with Frowny as we're chasing Wayne G down. We're just heading towards the chicane, and Frowny quite rightly just backed off a little bit. Plenty of time to get by Wayne G. He's looking for a good exit, and he's sniffing all around the back of that McLaren of Wayne G's. It isn't going to be long, is it, before Frowny makes the move. He's in the slipstream. He decides to go high and use the bank. Drops down back into the slipstream of Wayne G. Now he's going to have a look. Oh, he pulls to the inside. I think more of a case of Wayne G just pulling to the outside then. I think Wayne doesn't really want to get involved in a fight just yet. Frowny on the soft tyres. Maybe Wayne G knows that as well, and he's thinking that he's got enough time. These tyres are probably going to give up way before Wayne G's does, but Frowny's had to go for it. So Frowny moves up into P2 with Wayne G. It looks like happy to sit there in P3 actually. He knows he's got the tyres that are going to take him to the end of this race. Whether he's had the call over the radio that Frowny is on the soft tyres and they are starting to wear out. So Wayne G has just backed out. Let Frowny take over in P2. Wayne G can just slot behind him, pick up the slipstream. I just saw. Well, let's just. I've just seen some on the back of. What's that say? Rufus Little. Yeah. Well, let's not dwell on that then, eh? This is a family show after all. So Enzo Jack down in 4th, and after his little escapade a lap or two ago, recomposed himself into 4th. Idle in 5th at the minute. We are on lap 25 of 28. The soft tyres are around about 45-50% wear on Idle's car. So it'll be interesting to see if he tries to stretch them to the end of the race. Same with Bazza, he's on the soft tyres. He's looking about the same actually for tyre wear. Jabba in 7. Tyres look okay, it's more fuel for him. Pete on the hard tyres, so plenty of life left in them. He can make it to the end of the race on them, I'm sure. Again, it's going to be fuel for Pete. Aussie Rooster in 9th. He's on the medium tyres. They look okay at the minute. Had a pretty lonely race as Aussie Rooster. Not really had anybody to play with for the last 20 odd laps. And that's how this track gets you out, unfortunately. Everybody spreads out, especially on these endurance races. If you get out of the slipstream, that's people just get away from you, and it does become a bit of a lonely night. So Baz's livery looks great, says Vodka Rob. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look at Baz's. Yeah, it does actually. Yeah, it's like a almost like a two-tone, isn't it? Under the lights, does look cool. Yeah, I would say a lot of effort have gone into the liveries, and whoever's made them, then hats off to you, because the cars look absolutely fantastic this season. Excuse me. So that's Aussie down in 9th then. Vodka Rob in 10th, chasing hard. Now we did say, didn't we, earlier, that Vodka Rob needs to catch up to the back of Aussie Rooster. A, to give Aussie Rooster somebody to play with, and B, Vodka Rob can take that P9 away from him, and he is catching. It looks like every turn he is catching. Aussie Rooster on the medium tyres, then Vodka Rob on the softs, although they are starting to wear, and they're going to start to feel that. Firepower in 11th, tyres looking okay, just over quarter of a tank of fuel for him, although he has got a bit of a gap between himself and Vodka Rob, so maybe Firepower's not going to make any more ground up on the guys ahead of him, so maybe P11 is going to be his lot tonight. Same with Kebabman's down in 12th. Maybe he's just going to have to settle for that, and it does look like, I've just seen Wayne G, so maybe that Kebabman's has just been lapped by the guys ahead of him. So back up to our race leader then, Scott. We are on lap 27 of 28, so 2 laps including this one to go. And Scott's still out in front, and by some margin actually, so he looks like he's got this one pretty wrapped up. Now the tyres are starting to wear, and I think Scott can afford just to back off a little bit, and you can see the last 2 laps he's done exactly that. He's gone from 147s to 148, so Scott just relaxing a little bit. Frowney in 2nd. He's got the same issue really, it's the tyres that are going to start to let him down. But with 2 laps to go, he's still in P2, and he does have a bit of a gap back to Wayne G. Now Wayne G on the hard tyres, he's going to have to be looking after his fuel. Frowney, well, they're all about the same actually fuel wise, so yeah, this is going to be an interesting run-in. Wayne G on the hard tyres, the 2 guys ahead of him on the soft. Oh, Scott, no. I don't know. Let's just go back and see what's happened here. Was it the invisible wall at turn 1? We thought he got this race in the bag. Let's have a look into turn 1, or are the tyres just giving up on him? I don't know. No, he got past turn 1. It's the exit of turn 1, the back end around, but very quickly slammed it into reverse. Try and get himself going again. A quick look behind us, and we can see Frowney in the distance, but Scott had already, well, he'd made such a decent gap between himself and Frowney, although he has got damage at the front now. You can see front end and the front left wheel is damaged. Oh, Vodka Rob saying the Buzzing Hornets, he did it well. Well done to you. They look fantastic, mate. Yeah, absolutely brilliant livery. So well done to Vodka Rob for that. So Scott, well, he was cruising, wasn't he? I mean, he still is technically. The fuel light is on. He is on the last lap, so he is going to make it. Although the gap now has closed up. Frowney in P2. He's got the fuel light on. You can see Scott up ahead, but he's just not close enough. Wayne G in third, also with the fuel light on. He's definitely gonna have to be sipping at that fuel now, but I think he's settled for P3. In fact, he's got such a big gap between himself and Idle, he could probably coast home and take that position, but I think this is where it's going to be as Scott comes around the final turn for the last time. Well done to Scott, fantastic racing from him. He is going to cross the line and take that checkered flag. Well done, Scott. Frowney, brilliant racing from Frowney to take P2. Wayne G takes P3. He's happy with that. You can see the flash of the light. Excuse me. Idle 4 Gaming is going to cross the line in fourth. Great racing from him. Having to learn all over again on the pad after his accident, so great to see him on track. And he's going to cross the line in fourth position, so well done to Idle 4 Gaming. Then we've got Enzo Jack. He's going to cross the line in fifth. Another great race from Enzo Jack. Bazza, flash of the lights. He's pleased with that. Sixth position for Bazza. Aussie Rooster. It's been a pretty lonely race for Aussie Rooster, really, but he's got seventh. Where are they? There they go. Oh, and it's a bit of a race now to the line. Aussie Rooster. Now then, this is we're not going to have to go back and have a look at this, I think. So Aussie Rooster in seventh, Jabber in eighth, and Bob Rob in ninth. What a fantastic finish. They waited right to the very end before waking up. Brilliant racing between those guys. Pete is going to cross the line in 10th. Firepower across the line in 11th, and Kebabman's already finished a lap behind in 12th. Well, great racing from the League 2 guys in this first outing. Now then, the format, I'm just going to quickly go through it. Oh, Vodka Rob saying, thanks Mark, great concept. Well, I appreciate you joining me, mate, I really do. Oh, we ran out of laps. Right, the format for this, we have 10 weeks. So this obviously being round one, this is the first week. Next week, we're just going down the road. We're staying in America. And we're going to Willow Springs and to Big Willow. That will be 2 sprint races, 2 25-minute sprint races. Will be around about 21, 22 laps, I think, at Willow Springs. Then we're off to Red Bull for another endurance race. Then we're at Goodwood. Then at Watkins Glen for another endurance race. So it is alternate weeks. I'm not going to bore you with all of the details, but we do have Maggiore coming up. We have Fuji. We've got Dragon Trail Seaside, Reverse Track, and we have the Nürburgring and Sardinia. So some great tracks to look forward to. Next week, though, as I say, we're at Willow Springs at the Big Willow, the world's biggest sand pit. So really looking forward to some thrills and spills there. So join me there. Thank you very much for watching. If you've been watching, if you've enjoyed these, can I give you some of the yeah, of course I can. If I could, I would, mate. If you've enjoyed these races, then please hit that like button. I shall catch you all next week. Thank you very much for watching. I keep saying, well, thank you for watching. Yeah, I do appreciate you watching, but I do enjoy the fact that you watch as well. Anyway, I'm going to get off now.